Recorded Books presents The Year of Return by Ivana Akotowaa Ofori, narrated by Anniwaa Buachie. Chapter 1. I stood alone on a bailey, by a row of cannons overlooking the sea. I had a lovely view, nasty, rusting artillery aside, water bluer than blue, interrupted by bright white sea foam, earthy rocks coated with green moss protruding from the shallow seabed, the horizon line separating the blue of the ocean from the blue of the sky. Ugh, I can just feel the spirits of my ancestors in this place. A voice behind me effused in an accent that dripped of Brooklyn, breaking the spell of the view. Faster than I could control it, my face twisted into something between a grimace and a smirk. Thankfully, I was still facing the sea, my expression hidden from the tourists behind me. Shame washed over me. All the years of trying to unlearn the reflexive disdain for African Americans that I picked up from my mother, and still, so little progress. But my irritation, and not necessarily at the tourists, was just as difficult to quell. I was willing to bet that this sort of a reaction was exactly what the Ghanaian government was trying to capitalize on, and that made the whole Year of Return campaign feel that much more disingenuous, unethical even. Before college, I had spent my whole life in Ghana, and not once had the year 1619 even been mentioned. Suddenly, on its 400th anniversary, the government was marketing itself as if it had never cared more about anything else. It felt like a weird publicity stunt designed to make plenty money off people who earned dollars. I might have found it amusing if I wasn't worried about how many Americans were literally buying into it, especially now that it was December, the climax of the commemorative year and peak holiday season too. You're being cynical, Ajwapa, I admonished myself, just like your mother. But I was truly over it. Every time I heard the words, Year of Return, I had to suppress a groan. But here I was, at Cape Coast Castle anyway, because my friends had flown down with me from the US to visit my country, and they wouldn't leave without this quintessential experience. Personally, I had already done 2 Ghanaian slave castle tours in my 26 years of life and had zero intentions of making that 3. I was content to loiter around the open-air spaces of the castle, while my friends completed their guided tour. It occurred to me that I hadn't taken a single picture since I'd come up here, having been so lost in my own head, but the view from here was too beautiful to leave without capturing. I reached for my phone. No sooner had the imitation shutter click sounded than I felt a shiver crawl through my body. I could have sworn the temperature had just dropped several degrees in mere seconds. And yet, my shiver had not been one of cold. It was the kind of chill you got when you were convinced that death was waiting to pop out at you from within the shadows. I tried to look around, see if anyone else was aware of the change I just sensed, and nearly dropped my phone. There was an object in the distance, a vaguely human figure floating upright above the surface of the water, its brown tint contrasting with the respective blues of the water and horizon. It wasn't just the sight of it that shocked me. It was the sudden conviction that this thing, whatever it was the source of all my discomfort. The more I looked at it, the more nauseous I got. Hey, dwarfs, you good? I jumped at the sound of Charlene's voice and whirled around to find her, Randy and Onisha approaching me, freshly out of their dungeon tour. You look like you've seen a ghost, Charlene added. I forced myself to focus on my best friend's face. Her wide, deep-set eyes, her golden brown skin with almost orange undertones to banish the image of the figure on the sea. A few moments too late, I snorted back at her. I look like I've seen a ghost. You're the one who just stepped out of a real-life haunted house. Charlene shrugged. Touché.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?